LMS Demo. When we at SpecOn started to think about online learning or e-learning, it was primarily aimed at the delegates who undertook our classroom training. We wanted to provide them with an add-on benefit in that they would have access to the course they completed in class on our e-learning platform. That would mean that the delegates who had attended a SpecOn classroom training would have the benefit of a support system. They could refresh their training by accessing the course online. They would also have access to manuals online, which not only cut down on paper usage, but also on cost. Feedback was, from the outset, very positive. Corporate delegates and individuals who had undergone a SpecOn classroom-based training loved being able to access the course and refresh their memories throughout the year. SpecOn started creating courses in Moodle, as it is a free open-source platform. Initially, we worked only with Moodle and gained a lot of experience on how to use Moodle. As time went by, though, we discovered new functionality and features. As the numbers of users completing our on-site courses increased and the number of enrolled delegates grew, SpecOn learnt exponentially. We realized that Moodle would not meet our reporting requirements adequately. Coupled with this fact, our clients had various needs which could not be best met with a one-size-fits-all system. Bearing this in mind, SpecOn decided to develop its own learning management system from scratch. The aim was to completely manage all training interventions, both on-site or classroom-based training and e-learning or online training. The SpecOn LMS allows for individual learning paths to be created, progress to be tracked and mapped, and reporting to be made simple. SpecOn soon found a competitive advantage in that as training providers, we could customize the LMS to suit our specific requirements. SpecOn's online courses are still managed through Moodle, which we see as an advantage, as Moodle's course management system is superior in this regard. SpecOn manages everything else on the LMS, including learners' paths, curricula by learner, and reporting. Our LMS consists of three main components. 1. Classroom training, where a learner can attend training. 2. Online training, where a learner can do a course online or via e-learning. And 3. The Leamership or Qualification Management module, where we manage learnership from the learner's, assessor, moderator, and even seater's point of view. Let's log in to present all of the different components involved and the different roles which we have created. SpecOn's LMS can be white-labeled. We own elearning.co.za, so your customized URL can be abcelearning.co.za. For example, this login screen can then display your logo, your colors, your font, your theme, etc. We've created a demo client with demo data so that you can view the different components on the LMS. Let's log in. The system is based on roles. If you, for example, click on your name at the top of the page, you will see that this user has different roles. We will start with the learner role. A learner role is one where the individual person can complete courses and manage their own career path and plan and their personal development. Please select the learner role. The first screen shows a motivational text which varies each time you log in. You can choose to skip this page. On the first learner screen, you can choose to find courses and see feedback. These feedback possibilities are varied. For example, approvals for classroom training, feedback on your learnership, etc. If we click on Find Courses, then you will see both classroom training and online training. The learner can see what is available under each heading. Only the courses that are part of their curriculum will be shown here. Let's first view the classroom training module in detail. The classroom training modules has seen major improvements in the past year. Each classroom training session can be managed online, which means you will never need to capture an attendance register again. Photos of the class can be uploaded and attendance registers signed online. This improves the learner's experience as well as the facilitator's experience. From a learner role, you can view all of the training courses available to you. If you click on one, it shows you all the venues where that course will be presented. Select a venue by clicking on it. You will then see all of the dates that specific course will be presented at that venue. You will also see the number of available seats at each venue on each date. You can then enroll yourself on any course simply by clicking on Apply. Once you apply, the number of seats will not be reduced. First, your manager must approve your training. For this particular demo manager, he's also his own manager. Let's switch to the manager role at the top of the page. At a later stage, we will look more closely at the content which the manager can view. For now, click on the main page to see any outstanding requests. Here, we see there is a training request from an employee who reports to him. Click on this request to see more details. Then, the manager can approve the employee's request to attend training. If we now go back to the learner role and then proceed to that particular course, we will see that the number of seats has been reduced. The employee or learner will receive notification in the form of an SMS and an email to tell him that his request has been approved and that he is now enrolled on the requested course. All of the system notifications are customizable. You can outline your needs to us. Now that the learner is enrolled on the course, there are a few more steps to follow. A pre-course and a post-course assessment can be loaded. The pre-course assessment can be automatically sent to the learner. The learner will receive feedback form and the post-assessment following his training. Trainers and facilitators will need to use this system as well. They'll record attendance online while in the training. This means that attendance is uploaded instantly and no learner can be left off the attendance list. Let's look here to see how this is done. There are a few options available to us. Let's select the first course. At the top, I can choose to print the attendance register of all of the attendees who were enrolled. Then the attendees would complete the register manually, if this is required. The facilitator will then upload the completed attendance register. He can also upload a photo of the class. Then he can drag the attendees' names from the list to the photo and drop the names at the relevant delegate's head. The facilitator will tick each learner to confirm attendance. This is an important step because if a delegate was enrolled for a course on a certain date but did not attend, his manager will receive an email the following day reporting his absence. You can choose at what time, etc. you would like this notification to be sent. All such options are customizable. We will see later on that all of these statistics can be seen on a dashboard, and indeed they can be downloaded on an Excel report. Let's go back to the learner role in order to see how the online training works. When you click on online training, you will see the courses that are part of your specific curriculum. These courses are presented in various media formats, animations, videos, and simulations. They include assessments and certificates. Let's start with the computer courses. Click on, for example, Excel Level 1. Click Proceed to go to the course. Now you will be taken to Moodle. This is the only time where you will go to Moodle. All of our courses are in units, which makes it easier to complete. At the end of each unit, you will find questions and simulations. There is an examination at the end of each course. The learner is able to download his own certificate once he's passed the examination. The learner cannot proceed to the following unit unless he's completed the current one. Let's click on the first lesson to start. You'll play the video, and when it has finished, click on Next. Each course has on average 2 hours of video. There are also examples, simulations, and questions. A full course can take approximately a day to complete. In order to view a demo for each course, please request a demo login. Let's close this screen to return to the LMS. Let's change to the assessor role now. Our LMS is MICT approved to run online learnerships and capture electronic portfolio of evidence or POE files. Our assessors grade all assessments online and all progress is tracked in real time. When you click on the assessor role, you see a quick dashboard, which the assessor will see when he or she logs in. This will allow the assessor to view relevant information about learners allocated to him or her. For example, they can quickly see which learners have done no activities, CETA registration status, etc. The assessor can click on any item and then will be shown the item in greater detail. If he, for example, wants to see who has completed no activities, he can simply click on the graph and it will give him the required detail. This can be downloaded to Excel. To view details of his learners, mark their work or add feedback, the assessor will click on the Leamership Deals option. This will show all of the deals linked to him. He will be able to see all of his learners and the relevant associated details. Select the deals. It will group the learners per learnership and per type of deal. So, for example, we might have a 2019 end-user computing group and a 2018 end-user computing group, then this will be 2 deals. The date indicates in which year each group of learners started their learnerships. From here, we can see registration status, induction dates, CETA submission dates. We can also view the reports once the learnership has been completed. Let's go into the Assess screen for the end-user computing deal. Now the assessor can see the details of each learner and the status of each learner. He can also add feedback per learner. At a glance, the assessor can see what the last feedback was for each learner, or indeed, he can add new feedback for a learner. Let's create feedback on the first learner. Click on Create New. The assessor can choose whether to email or SMS the learner and their manager, or he might decide to merely create general feedback. Let's, in this instance, create general feedback. When we click Create, it will show this new feedback in their list of feedbacks. The assessor could have also escalated the feedback, which means that management receives an email regarding the learner and the situation at hand. The manager will also see the feedback on a report and must resolve the issue at a higher level. The assessor will click on Assess to mark the learner's individual activities. Here we can see all the details of the learner's activities to date. If we click on any line, the assessor can upload documents, comments, and mark learners as competent once the assessor is satisfied. If we have created a Moodle course for the learnership, we can also link these activities to Moodle in order to see when the learner is complete and then mark him as competent. The assessor can also RPL from here and upload evidence to support the motivation for RPL. If we go back to the learner summary page, we will see the rollout percentage. This is based on the number of activities and starts to calculate on the learner's induction date. It is important to note that with the current developments and the number of learnerships we do, there is a new function added to this module, almost every day. Improvements are suggested, programs are developed, and our system is improved on a daily, if not weekly basis. Let's click on the Manager role. This is a very powerful dashboard. As a manager, you can see quickly where your employees are with training and track their progress. The first page shows you the progress per person based on their individual curriculum. You may have specified that a person must do 10 courses during the year, and this would track his or her progress. At the bottom, the system provides statistics on the most popular courses and total progress. If we click on Learnerships, we see feedback on your learners who are enrolled on Learnerships. We can also add feedback on this screen for the learner to see. Click on Classroom. This provides a quick view of learners per course. At a glance, we can see whether they've improved based on pre- and post-assessments and how good the feedback was. If feedback or attendance was poor on a particular course, we can go in and see more detail. It will show us a list of dates for the course, and if we click on any date, it will provide detail per learner. If we go back to the first screen, we can also click on Components, which gives us a table view, which we can download to Excel. In general, the system has notifications throughout. They are literally everywhere. You can choose to send notifications at various steps. And again, this is completely customizable. There are over 50 different notifications which can be emailed or SMSed to learners, managers, or administrators. The whole system is customizable. We at SpecOn will value any input from you, which will help improve or indeed add to the current features. LMS Demo. When we at SpecOn started to think about online learning or e-learning,